Hey guys, I'm Brian.
And I'm Terry.
And what are we doing today?
We are out here. It's a beautiful day. Kind of cloudy, but man, is it nice out here. It's winter and it's what, 60 something already?
Yeah, it's gonna be 74 today.
Big time nice. So.
And when you've got that out on the property, it's always a good day.
Yes. So anyway, we got a box blade from Everything Attachments, by the way, and we're hooking it up to our new Kubota tractor here. And it's, you know, not a complicated procedure at all, but for a newbie, it can be a little bit confusing or frustrating or whatever. And you can muscle that box blade around, and they're heavy, 385 pounds, or you can figure out how can I hook this thing up with the greatest of ease.
That's it.
So we looked it over before we tried to hook anything up, and this will be our second time hooking it up. But we're just going to show you for the newbies. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that'll say, man, you don't even need to do this or that, just do it this way.
This is our process for getting it hooked up.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's better ways, but let's check it out here.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, we came over here and we said, well, we were at home, but we said, we got to put that on here. So how we're going to hook this up, you know, are we going to get this exactly the right height and back it in there and have it exactly the right width? These things move around. So we looked at that and we said, if they're moving, then it'll be easy to line them up if they aren't already lined up exactly. But we will have to move them by hand. And we said we need to be within this range between these two tabs to mount on here. So the first thing come to mind was, how wide is that? Well, the very smallest area is a little over 25. I don't know if you can see that, Brian, but it's a little over 25 on this particular box blade from Everything Attachments. We like our box blade. So anyway, I come in here and I said, well, that's the smallest possible point. Got in here, and that ball's a little stiff, but anyway, measured between the ball, not the bar, because the ball's your smallest point in here. And we push that one out that way, pull this one this way, and I can look down there and see that's only about 24 and a half. So no matter what we do, that is not going on that box blade. So Kubota has this nice little attachment here, or apparatus to make it
nice quick adjust.
Quick adjust, there you go, to make it easier. Well, we were too small. It's not going out wide enough. It wasn't much off, less than, well, about an inch. So I'm going to add one more hole. And that gives me a little more distance. It expands the distance that these things will go. It lessens how far together they'll go, but we're too close, so we want to make it a little wider. Put this pin in here again so I don't lose this pin. Now, this
on the other side.
And this, if you set these up, you could set these up so that box blade would ride over here or ride over there, depending on what you're doing. So you want to keep these balanced. If this one's on a particular spot, you want this one on that same spot. If you want the box blade to ride, or whatever implement, centered behind the tractor. So I moved this one back one because it gave me more distance I could go out. So I need to move this one the same distance by one. Pull that pin, slide it over, and go one more hole. Now it's out a little bit further too. So now we can go out even further than we were before, but it's still equal distance. They're both equal, so it can rock back and forth a little bit, but it's limited how far it can go by where you set these pins. So we want to keep it square. What we're going to be doing with the tractor is going to be just digging a straight hole, no fancy work. So now let's see what the minimum is. We can go all the way up to 27 1/4 on the minimum.
On the maximum.
Maximum. And it's still right around 24 on the inside, but we're getting this
We've got that
much further out. I didn't even pull that. Oh Lord, we can go out to 31 now. So now, when we back this tractor up, we want to try and center it. Obviously, it's not going to be here because it's squeezed in right now. We'll have to move them out. But we want to center it between these so that we can easily pull them out and hook them up. Then we first started out, we were backing it up, and we had the thing raised up. Brian was driving, and he raised it up till it was right in line with this. Start backing up, it's going to hit. So now, do I get between this tractor and this box blade and try and line these things up so that he can back on into it and I try to keep them both lined up, not getting my fingers pinched between there, not getting run over by that tire or have that box blade get pushed over on me or something. So we figured out, wait a minute, we can lift this up. So keep it low, center it up and back in here with it below these. You'll be under them, and then all you got to do is, I can stand over there and eyeball it, or he can eyeball it and try and get this lined up with this pin vertically here, but under it, and then just push this wherever you need it to get between there and lift it up and hook it up. And you'll have to do the same on the other side, but makes it much easier.
All right, let's do it.
Let's hook it up and see how it goes. So now he's keeping it centered on the tractor. Okay, so I don't think we're perfectly lined up, but we're close. I'm not gonna be able to get lined up, but let's see. I didn't want to have to muscle this thing around if we didn't have to, but we might have to a little bit. Let's see how this is gonna hit. Yeah, it needs to be back just a little bit. How hard is it gonna be to move this? Not too bad, is it?
No. Yeah, we just make that adjusted.
That's looking good. So, you gonna line?
There we go.
I can get it. Oh, that pin needs to be out. Yeah.
There we go.
Get that up between there.
Drop it down just a little bit.
Well, just hold on a minute. And I'm in. So, let's hook this side up. Now, it's obviously, it's lined up and down, but it's a bit too far back. I'll put my knees between here, push out with my superhuman strength again, get through that ball. Voila!
And it's in there.
She's home. Okay, one thing we did notice, Kubota provided this pin, and this pin fits in there just fine. But if you look at the length, it just barely reaches through, and it's actually part of the hole's covered up. And their clip here, what do you call this?
Their retention pin, whatever that is.
Retention pin. Won't quite go. If you can see, it's just not, I mean, I could force it, but it's going to scrape the paint off of there. It's really tight. Why fight with it?
So
we took that bad boy out of there.
We went to
Tractor Supply. We also, while we were there, we knew we'd probably lose some or break some or whatever, so we bought whatever the size that is there, and we bought 2 more here. We went,
and if you look at Tractor Supply's pins,
yeah,
they are, get the other one out.
They allow you a little more.
It's flat on the back.
This top part's flat, but see how the rounded part, if you look at the ends especially, the round one on
this
side
is the factory one from Kubota. This is from Tractor Supply. This will fit in a lot better in tight spaces.
Because of that flat side going against the steel right here. It really helps out.
Yep.
Get rid of that. So now
you got 2 pins in your hand.
Huh? Oh yeah. So, and we bought this as also, we went ahead and bought it. We didn't know what implements we might be using and what the span might be on them. We bought it a little bit bigger. So that should get us through most jobs, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, this is not gonna go through there because it's not long enough. Very simply, just turn this bad boy till it's long enough. And I've seen people grab this and spin it. Well, that's going to throw it out of balance. You got threads here and threads there. You want to hold this and turn this here around. That way both bolts are extending or contracting at the same rate, so you've got a balance between the ends. You get this one run out really far and that one's all the way to the end, it's going to be all messed up. So don't ever grab this and spin it. Just spin it right here and get it over with. A little more effort, but not much. And I'm lined up, and of course this moves up and down, so that's easy to line up. And then boom, boom. We're ready to move some dirt. Well, we hope you found this video useful. maybe it'll make it a little bit easier on you hooking it up the first time, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who could do better, but we got the job done, and we're trying to make it where we're not doing too much work.
Yeah.
If we can help it.
Yep.
We've worked hard all our life. We're trying to make life easier.
That's why I bought the tractor and the box blade from Everything Attachments.
Yeah, think smarter, don't work harder.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button if you want to get notifications for posting the videos. Give us that big glove thumbs up if you like what you see. And be sure to comment below, share with your friends, check back often. Have a good one, guys.
Adios, amigos.